Are you dreading that day when the key finance start departs? What if it happens tomorrow? Would the entire process stall, or would prepared successors step in seamlessly? Let's find out how thoughtful pipelines and succession planning safeguard your operations and empower rising talent. Hello again. This video addresses common challenges in the third of 3 key areas of the people section in the foundations of Phoenix Finance Framework: talent pipeline and succession. If you don't have it yet, in the description of the video you will find a link to Phoenix Finance Health Assessment Toolkit that helps you understand where your finance team stands in terms of maturity and health. Click on the link below and you will be able to download it for free. Let me start by saying something that's not comfortable for many people. Not everyone in finance is equally indispensable. First, identify the top 10-20% of the roles whose absence would create havoc, like your FP&A lead or the only treasury or system specialist. If they walk, you risk missing deadlines or serious compliance problems. Document these positions thoroughly. What do they do daily? What specialized knowledge do they hold? And how do they link to corporate strategy? Then you can see exactly where your biggest vulnerabilities lie. Clarity here is crucial because you can't plan successors if you aren't sure which roles are critical in the first place. Once you know who's vital, ask, do you have a next in line person who is 50 or 60% prepared? We rarely find perfect stand-ins, and if you do, it probably means that that position won't be challenging enough for them. The objective is to identify people who with extra training or exposure can take over if needed. Map the transferable skills and departments that could already have that foundation established. Engage them early, bring them into relevant projects or key meetings so they can pick up insights from the current job holder. Also confirm that they have actually the desire to step up. If they're uninterested, forcing them will backfire on you. But if they are keen, bridging their skills gap becomes a strategic development move and fuels their motivation to stay within the company. By starting this with your most critical roles and the top performance, you ensure that you prioritize the most important positions. You can of course expand this exercise further, but just keep in mind that every new position you adds just a permutation into the equation. It's not just one. You need to add one more piece to the whole puzzle. You suddenly might end up with 3-4 people that can fit all of them and get satisfied, but it might not be enough at that stage, so prioritize well here. Besides internal successors, keep an external funnel for common finance roles. You don't want to be caught flat-footed if 2 senior analysts leave at once. Watch LinkedIn or professional networks, note interesting prospects, or keep up relationship with the past applicants. Having that network of potential candidates engaged with the company ensures that you don't waste weeks reposting a job in the crisis mode. Also, continuously track your staff's morale and retention signals. If you sense someone is about to quit, you can be proactive about reassigning tasks, seeking an interim fill, or just accelerating your talent pipeline. And of course, it gives you more time to actually discuss with a person more actively their career aspirations and sense of whether your feeling is right or wrong. You might have a competency framework in place already, but if not, define what the core skills are that are required in most senior positions in your team and start there. You will realize that more often than not, outside of uniquely specialized positions like tax or accounting, for example, these skills will form the majority of what is needed in general in finance. Another tactic is to let your finance team rotate among sub-teams. For instance, someone in AR might do a project in FP&A, gaining new perspectives. That diversifies skill set, meaning that if the main FP&A leaves suddenly, you have a few staff members who at least understand some tasks. This cross-training not only mitigates risks, but also keeps employees engaged. They see that they can grow and become more well-rounded, which lessens their temptation to jump ship for variety elsewhere. And also they learn more about other departments, which can help collaborations as they now have a little bit better insight into the challenges that they face. They are less likely to blame others, but also understand better how their work fits into the bigger picture. We talked about the positions, but let's flip the script here. Have a short list of high potential employees. Maybe they are quick learners or show strong leadership instincts in small projects. Sit down and map out a plan. Which next level skills do they need and how they can acquire them? Offer specialized courses, invite them to strategic discussions, or let them co-lead a project. Check in regularly to see if they are thriving or struggling. This nurtures future managers or directors who can step in gracefully whenever a top seat opens. That can be a great sign that you value them too, and it promotes the qualities that they represent. One big aspect though, always ensure at least 1 or 2 people can backfill each critical role, even if they only cover 70% of it. That coverage might come from dedicated cross-training or shadowing. If you lose your star, you can quickly patch the gap while you figure out a permanent replacement. It saves you from a meltdown and reassures your staff that someone can always keep things afloat. Over time, this fluid continuity fosters confidence both inside and outside of the finance team, and saves you quite a few white hairs that you would otherwise gain in the process. So, how do we put that in practice? First, name your key roles and the key top performers. Draft a small list of the positions that would cripple operations if they were vacant. Be strict, no more than 10 to 20% of your entire function. Then select successors. Identify staff who might fill these roles. Don't wait until they are 100% perfect. 50-60% readiness is already good. Then systematically train them and challenge them in that area. Activate cross-training. Roll out a simple rotation plan so employees grasp tasks in multiple areas. This ensures coverage if someone leaves and keeps the staff engaged. Hold regular talent reviews. Even if not part of your HR routine, monthly or quarterly, evaluate who's developing, who might be leaving, and what new roles or expansions are needed. Keep your plan flexible and updated. When you face a key-person dependency without a plan, a single departure can damage your financial operations. By identifying critical positions, grooming successors, and ensuring backfill capacity, you future-proof your team. This approach not only lowers risk, but also enhances morale. Staff see real career paths, so they are less likely to jump ship. Remember, start now well before the crisis hits. Map those critical roles, invest in rising stars, and keep cross-training to maintain resilience. In doing so, you will confidently navigate every wave of change that comes your way. Best of luck building that unstoppable finance function.